On 15th February 1564, a boy named Galileo Galilei was born in Pisa, Italy. Later, that boy grew up and became the first person to observe Mars with the telescope. After his discovery of Mars, astronomers discovered distinct albedo features on the planet, including dark patches and polar ice caps. However, the Egyptian gave Mars its first recorded name, Har Deshar, which means the red one. Chinese astronomers even used to call Mars the fire star. The Greeks and the Romans named the planet after their respective god of war. Scientists believe Mars is the second most hospitable planet in our solar system, behind Earth, of course, as water has recently been discovered on the planet, giving it potential for future human residency. Due to extreme temperature and its thin atmosphere, human survival without an extravehicular mobility unit, better known as spacesuit, would be impossible on Mars. Since Mars has only 1% of the atmospheric pressure, without a spacesuit, the oxygen in our blood would turn into bubbles, causing immediate death. But with the exception of Earth, Mars is the most hospitable planet to life. A number of space missions are being planned for the next decade to further increase our understanding of Mars. So, what's it like on Mars? Mars is a little like Earth, only smaller, drier, and colder. There are places on Earth that are little like Mars, such as the Death Valley, Antarctica, and volcanoes in Hawaii. Mars is almost half the size of Earth. It has a diameter of 4,220 miles, whereas Earth has a diameter of 7,927 miles. It is also 142 million miles from the Sun and 49 million miles from Earth, meaning it would take 271 years and 221 days to get to Mars if you were driving your car at a speed of 60 miles per hour from Earth. The Martian atmosphere consists of approximately 96% carbon dioxide, 1.9% argon, 1.9% nitrogen, and traces of free oxygen, carbon monoxide, water, and methane. If you weighed 68 kgs on Earth, you will feel a lot lighter on Mars, cause the Martian gravity is not the same as the Earth's gravity. It's only 38% of Earth's gravity. So, if you weighed 68 kgs on Earth, you will weigh only 26 kgs on Mars. And by the way, a year on Mars is 687 days, and the month March is named after the planet Mars. Mars has two moons, which are Phobos and Deimos. Both moons were discovered in 1877 by SF Hall over the course of a week, and are named after the character Phobos, which means panic or fear, and Deimos, which means terror or dread, who, in Greek mythology, accompanied their father, Ares, the god of war, into battles. Apart from natural satellites orbiting Mars, there are currently 14 artificial satellites orbiting Mars. 6 of them are still active. On its 1-year anniversary, the NASA's Curiosity rover sang the Happy Birthday tune to itself on Mars. Although there are no humans or animals on Mars, but Mars is populated entirely by robots, 7 to be precise. Out of 54 missions to Mars, only 21 missions have been successful, which includes flyby, orbiter, lander, and rover. And by the way, here's a fun fact. The movie Gravity was more expensive than the Indian Mars mission. Every country on Earth has a flag, whether it's USA, Canada, or France. For Mars, it's a tricolor used to represent Mars. The design of the flag was originally conceived by NASA's planetary scientist Pascal Lee during 1998. There is no official flag for Mars, since there is no government or other authority in existence capable of adopting such a flag. In addition, the Outer Space Treaty states in Article 2 that the outer space, including the Moon and other celestial bodies, are not subject to national appropriation by claim of sovereignty by means of use of occupation or by any other means. The design evokes a vision of the future history of Mars, in which the planet is transformed from red to green and then to blue like Earth. The red bar, which lies closest to Mars, symbolizes the Mars as it is today. The green and blue symbolize stages in the process of terraforming of Mars. In 1997, 3 men from Yemen tried to sue NASA for invading Mars, claiming they had inherited it from their ancestors 3000 years ago. Adam Ismail, Mustafa Khalil, and Abdullah Al-Umari filed the lawsuit in Yemen and presented the documents to the country's Prosecutor General, which they say proves their claim. But NASA dismissed their claim by saying it's a ridiculous claim. NASA's news chief, Brian Welch, told CNN, Mars is a planet out in the solar system that is the property of all humanity, not 2 or 3 guys in Yemen. This link offers imagery, infrared and elevation views of the planet Mars. The number of people who applied to be among the first to establish a colony on Mars, only 100 were selected to colonize Mars in 2030. To make this mission possible, every component must work perfectly and every backup system must function without failing. We will need the protection of a full body suit, not like that was worn by the astronauts who walked on the moon during the Apollo program. The Mars suit must be flexible enough to allow the astronauts to work with both cumbersome construction material and sophisticated machinery, and at the same time must keep them safe from the harsh atmosphere. Now the question arises, how can you apply for Mars 1 program and what are the selection criteria? There are multiple requirements to become a Mars 1 astronaut. First of all the candidates need to be the following. The selection process consists of 4 rounds. In round 1, all the candidates must submit an online application. The online application consists of general information about the applicant, a motivational letter, a resume, and a 1-minute video in which the applicant answers some of the given questions and explain why he or she should be among the first humans to set foot on Mars. At this stage, the potential candidate can submit their application in one of the 11 most used languages on the internet, that are English, Spanish, Portuguese, French, German, Russian, Arabic, Indonesian, Chinese Mandarin, Japanese, Korean. At the end of the first round, a team of Mars 1 experts will decide which applicants will pass to the next round. In round 2, the selected individuals need to provide a medical statement from their own physician stating that they have met all the defined requirements. Mars 1 criteria for medical fitness are similar to those of NASA. Mars 1's Chief Medical Officer, Norbert Kraft, interviews the members of this group individually about their motivation to become part of this life-changing mission. The 100 candidates who make it into the third selection round will participate in indoor and outdoor group challenges to test their ability to work in a team within limited conditions, interdependency, trust, their problem solving and creative skills. The isolation portion of the screening process will begin in round 4. The result of the isolation challenge will reduce the 40 candidates down to 30, who will then undergo the Mars Settler Suitability Interview. Those who will be selected will become full-time employees of Mars 1, after which they will start their training for the mission.